All right, dude. You like Booba? I like Booba. You know who draws him? My man, KunoMD. What is, I can't speak, but he is the MD of art. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, dude. Thanks for having me here.
It's showtime!
Monark is a game, a video game, that was shown recently by Landcars, I believe, are the developers, but the developers that worked on it are the people behind Megami Tensei and I think SMT1. The writer is by the guy who did Digital Devil's Story, which if you didn't know, all of this stuff is pretty much a spin-off, including Persona is a spin-off of that novel. Everything spawned out of that. So all of those old Atlas developers came together and created this wonderful game. Not really sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I've seen the trailers. I had a few people I wanted to speak to, but there's one guy that I know so well. I know I just introduced him. It feels like I'm introducing him again, but don't worry about it. I actually don't know his opinions on a lot of things regarding games. I mean, you look at this guy, you're like, damn, dude, that's Soejima's apprentice. And then you're like, wait, he doesn't actually care about Persona's gameplay? What could this mean?
What?
So I had to bring him on and see what he feels about Monark, because I know he's never played an SMT game before. And if there's anyone I know that can talk about SMT, it's someone that's never played an SMT game before.
No, oh wait, well technically Persona 3 was called Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 still, right? Like it's literally in the title, isn't it?
Yeah, no, you're right, dude. Well, you played the portable version though, which doesn't have
I did.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it, dude. Listen, it's all SMT. Listen, Catherine is an SMT game. I don't care what you think, but it is.
I want to know what your first thoughts of Monark were, actually. Like, just trailer.
Dude, honestly, okay. My biggest worry when I saw this game, I don't know if you're aware of this other game called the Caligula Effect.
No.
Okay, so the Caligula Effect is a very mediocre JRPG that is written by the person who wrote Persona 1 and Persona 2. This kind of looks like the same thing, like visually, but I try not to put a game under the same thing just because of visuals. I guess art-wise, okay, I like seeing it like the 2D art, like the drawn art, you know, but in game, I don't actually know how I feel about it. It looks so rough, and it's so strange to me because I'm kind of curious how much of a budget they had for the game. Because Landcars developed Persona Q2, SMT Strange Journey, and the Redux version of Strange Journey. But yeah, they have some decent games in their, I guess, history. Like, I know a lot of people like Etrian Odyssey, but they did Bleach versus Crusade, just saying, for the Nintendo Wii.
Oh.
I don't know. I guess they've helped Atlas develop games before, so they're probably the right choice to go to in order to handle something like this. I'm kind of on the fence. It's hard for me to say because I like the idea behind it, but then when I see it, I'm like, I mean, it might be good. How did you feel about the trailer? Okay,
so first of all, I am a die-hard fan of the art and the music of Persona. Like, just TLDR, I think that like the Persona franchise, specifically Persona, and by specifically I also mean Shigenori Soejima and Shoji Meguro, those two, and the art direction carry the game on their backs. Now that's my personal opinion. So I really just play the game for the aesthetics. You can really, like, the things that I liked the most about 3, 4, 5 was like how much care the creative team and the art direction, like the art department, took into everything. So based on that, right, I don't really care that much about SMT because normal SMT because the art style isn't for me, and the game mechanics for 5 were undoubtedly better than 3 and 4, I think, but it's not my main focus. So like taking that into consideration, the ego mechanic that they were talking about in Monark seemed pretty cool, but like, dude, I just couldn't stop thinking about how unpolished the game looked. Because like the art, like the designs are really cool, and I think the art style is cool, but I'm gonna go on a limb here. This is my strong prediction, is that they didn't have a huge budget for the art, and their whole art department is not that big. Because let's just talk about like the 2D art. It looks like a sketch. Like it looks like it's ready to be rendered by someone else. Like it looks like it's about to be sent to someone else. Like that looks like me when I'm like, all right, time to put my work down for the day and finish it up for the rest of the week. You know, like clean it up, polish it. Like it just looks so sketchy, and not in like a Final Fantasy-esque way where like the lines are like intentionally like really sketchy. It looks unfinished, which is a little concerning because like you know, like the kind of like character splash art Persona, and like those are nice, dude. Like that was polished. That was like, but I don't know, dude. I'm just so turned off by it a little bit, just because it looks like they took a really cool idea aesthetically and they rushed it. Is like, and then that also like looks like the same way with like the 3D models and stuff too. I mean, I feel like SMT, I mean, it's not the most pretty game in the 3D engine, like the actual gameplay, but like, it's got none of what I like about an SMT game or like a Persona game or what I expect. It's like kind of already starting off on the wrong foot for me, I guess. But you know, like I said, stuff's still new, and I kind of don't want to judge it too hard or too early, you know?
Yeah, I kind of like half agree with you on a lot of what you said. Like when I saw the protagonist, that was actually my instant thought, was like, it looks kind of unfinished. I was just like, it just didn't feel like it was complete or maybe ready to be presented yet. What bothers me more is how that art translates into the game itself. I feel I almost feel like the art is like, it might be too complicated for whatever engine they're running, or again, with their budget. Like, I don't know, man. It's not just this game. A lot of anime games, in my opinion, if they're not handled by a larger company, they just, for whatever reason, do not translate that well into 3D, and it just looks so fucking weird.
Yeah, dude. It's too busy. It's too busy. Because what happened is, like, you probably had a concept artist with really freaking cool ideas, and you had some talented, like, 2D illustrators that probably drew out a rough thing, but, like, put that into a game, you know? Like, just, like, this is where I've learned that, you know, just because it looks cool and it's a good piece of artwork does not mean it's necessarily practical, you know? Like, think about like Persona, dude. Like, even the personas themselves, which can be pretty flashy in the game, like they're designed in such a way that they can be like, their design can be dumbed down so that they still look sick in the game. Okay, like here's a test for you, Pinoy. You need to look at like the game, like the cover art or like the characters, and I want you to squint at the characters. Can you like make out any of these characters? They all look the same to me, man. Like the designs are like it's too much. It's too overbearing.
Honestly, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, when they're like standing next to each other in this image, it does kind of feel extremely homogenized. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even like entirely against a lot of the designs. Like,
no, me neither. They're cool.
Yeah, I like honestly a decent amount of them. I don't think the art is everything to a game when I'm playing it, but
for sure,
it helps a lot. Like, for example, when you were talking about like with Persona and the art and the music carries the game for you, the game is over 100 hours long. It's long as shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I've replayed it like 7 times. Okay, I played it so many fucking times.
Crap, yeah.
I love it. And it is a lot of that is because I do enjoy the battle system a lot. But the music and the style is what makes me not get sick of looking at it after so many times of like of playing it. Now that's like obviously on multiple playthroughs. Something like this, I already know if I play this, I'm probably only gonna play it once, unless either the gameplay is just so damn good, which I have a personal issue with. When I saw the trailer, I understand he's like he controls demons or whatever, but for me, what makes SMT and even Pokemon or Dragon Quest, their monsters stand out, and like if there's gonna be monster collecting, I have to want the monsters personally. And
yeah, true.
Yeah, like I like those monsters or demons or Pokemon. They look cool, and I want to have them on my team. In this game, they just kind of look like
skeletons or whatever, right?
Yeah, they're just like skeletons with like random weapons, is what it looks like. And it seems their choice for this is because you can kind of create your own demon, and that's not a bad idea, so to speak. but this is not me calling them out. A lot of the times whenever I see a create a character type thing, I'm not very creative, so I can't come up with like a sick protagonist for a game or anything like that. But whenever they do that, and also I'm not like a role player, so I can't like create a character and then like put my mind into that character. I prefer playing someone else's life, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah.
And a lot of when I'm creating my own demon, right? If they all have like the same general layout and I'm just swapping the head for a different one or swapping the weapon out for a different one, what is gonna make me care about each specific demon? I'm just gonna see them as like minions that like I'm not really thinking about. And at that point, I'd rather just have a fleshed out party member or something like that. Like I wouldn't even bother with having demons in the game.
Which is what gets me concerned about Monarch. I'm like, if they're all fucking Skeletor, dude, like then I'm like
Skeletor, bro.
Dude, okay, wait, think about it. Like Persona or like SMT, you have fucking like Satan and like the Messiah and Thanatos, right? But then you also have fucking Jack Frost.
Yes.
Okay? I love that there's just
this man gets it, dude.
And like fucking, was it Black Viper about to blast you, dude?
Yeah, like they have like insane designs, they have cute designs, they have cool designs, they even got ugly shit, like Legion is just fucking COVID-19 and it's cool as fuck. Like I'm so down for that because it's memorable. But then like fucking Papyrus, okay, Papyrus is memorable, that's disrespecting my boy. Fucking literally a random skeleton with a bow on it is like, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna care about any of the
but give him a
trumpet
though.
Okay, dude.
Have you played Code Vein?
I have not, but
you know what it is, right? Though, right?
Yeah.
So this gives me like Code Vein vibes, where I remember being really excited for the release of Code Vein because the premise seemed pretty cool, and like, you know, it's a Souls-like anime style, you know, all the characters are really attractive, and like it's got post-apocalyptic, you know, kind of like got this Victorian like cyberpunky thing going on too. At least from my personal experience, that aesthetic wore off within the first several hours of the game. It didn't have the same charm as, say, you know, Dark Souls. And I feel like we're kind of comparing apples and oranges a little bit, but I say this because like Code Vein was like bogged down by like a really like samey style, but it was kind of over bloated because like it just had so much stuff you could do, it felt like, and like the designs were like really complex, which like it kind of reminds me of. Yeah, like you said, it's like it felt like really like homogenous, you know. It's okay. You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you right now. It's that these studios have like limited resources, right?
Yeah,
obviously,
definitely.
compared to like something like P Studios or whatever, or like the Tales games even. Although they come with their own, both of those come with their own problems too, of course.
Definitely.
But like these kinds of games have a certain main aesthetic and an idea, right? Like a certain mechanic about the game that they will ride on. But I think that it seems like they kind of like reached into a hat full of edgy ideas and picked one and said, you know what? This is the one, guys. This is the one. We're going to give it to every single department, and they're going to do what they can with it 100%. And what comes out is this, you know, like, but that initial like idea was like not strong enough, I think, which is why that the development from it feels a little bit weak and generic, you know, like it's like RPG anime game, and I think that's like a problem. Like it's got like a little bit of stigma with like, you know, anime
100%
RPGs.
does, because anime RPGs a lot of the time, if they're not done by like, you know, again, I'm not trying to make fun of like smaller studios, but a lot of the time I feel like they shoot too big, and it just ends up being a really rough game. I almost feel like if they just took this art style and then honestly even made it like a 2D like sprite game, or like, I just don't think it should have been a 3D game. It's rough to look at. I can get past it because I play fucking, you know, old ass games like a lot. I play games that don't look pretty a lot, and I can deal with it as long as the game is good. And the premise for their gameplay is interesting. The gameplay description is: the combat is a free movement turn-based battle system. Players can increase their insanity level in order to access powerful techniques, but if they increase it too much, they will go insane, lose control, and fight against both friend and foe. Ego represents the player's values relating to desire, pride, wrath, envy, lust, gluttony, and sloth. The ego changes depending on the choices the player makes, and it also affects the demons that can be used as the player's underlings. When I first, I'll tell you right now, when I first heard of Monark and I heard it was by the Mega 10 people, that was immediately what got me interested. But then I knew the trailer was out, I didn't see it, and I only read the description, and I was, no joke, I was like, all right, I have to play this, just off of the gameplay description. And what turned me off was actually seeing the game, unfortunately. But I like where they're going with this. I talked about this on my stream. I'm a big fan of turn-based games specifically because of the RNG that comes with them. I understand the frustration of RNG, but for example, when I was fighting Dante in Nocturne, when I fought Dante, he had, I think it was a 1 in 24 chance to kill my only character that can crit every turn, and he actually hit that, and that immediately puts me on the back foot, obviously, because I'm like, okay, well shit, what do I do? But that starts making my brain, the cogs start turning, bro. I'm like, oh fuck, it's big brain time, and I gotta figure out what the fuck I can do to get out of that situation. And that, for me at least, doesn't happen as much in action games, because a lot of the time it's more okay, how does this boss fight? What does this boss do? And then how do I counterattack that, either with parries or dodging or whatever I can abuse out of it. And that's fun too. I love that in action games. Oh my fucking god, let's go! But nothing quite puts me into the fucking, bro, it's like I'm playing chess, but I don't have to actually play chess.
Yeah.
That's how it's like.
True.
So I sit there, I'm like, all right, dude, Dante, it's going up your ass. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I can do. I'm like, all right, dude, he has that move that'll if I debuff him, then he'll have to clear his debuff. So all right, I'm gonna do this. He'll do that, waste his turn. I'm like, all right, dude, it's coming. And then he kills half my team. I'm like, all right, it's over. But then the big moment, I get a 666, the sign of the devil crit on this motherfucker, and he dies. Oh my god! Let's go! I don't know why I'm talking about this actually, but
I get it, dude. I get it.
I don't know, man. Anything by the Mega 10 team, because I think they have a really good battle system to create those moments for myself. I'm down for it. But what they do differently is the whole insanity level thing, which I've never experienced in a turn-based game before. It's so cool for me to imagine, okay, if I want to do Megi Dolan, then I have to sacrifice my controllability on my character. And that's insane to me. I can't imagine being put in that situation and then trying to see how I would react to that. I feel like I'd get tilted, but but I think it'd be really fun
sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And then the ego thing, I don't know, man. When I first read it, it was way more exciting the first time I read it, and then on multiple readings, now I'm just kind of confused whenever I read it. It's like, okay, so you're telling me that I have an ego. That sounds really bad. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Pinoy's ego, Jesus, man.
Yeah, what can I see? Whew, I'm just the greatest. So if my character has these gauges, and those affect what? My dialogue changes? And the demons change? Or how would that affect my demons? If I'm a more lustful kind of guy, what does that
Maybe
mean
you
for
get
my demons?
certain customizations. More you open up certain customization paths because of the kind of ego that you get.
I mean, the way I'm imagining is okay, if I have a lustful demon, maybe they have a higher chance to make what's it called whenever you're trying to get someone
you have a charm?
Yeah, like a charm. Maybe it's like that. Like gluttony, I don't know what the fuck that means, bro. Yeah, Marin Karn, exactly. I'll just make Mitsuru a goddamn demon.
I don't think you can really bank your game off of edgy anime aesthetic. I've seen just too much of it.
This is where you're gonna hate me for this, dude. I'm all in on that shit.
Shit, really?
I'm such a I'm a sucker for edgy garbage. I don't know why, but I love it. I like that it looks edgy as shit, dude. I'm so into that.
I think I like it, but it's the kind of thing I would like if I saw a post of it on Twitter and I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'd like and retweet it, and then that'd be that. But if you force me,
dude!
if you force me to play this game for 20 hours, I'd be like, okay, I'm all right, thanks. Yeah, I don't know, man. I may be shitting on it too hard. It's just because if you tell me edgy high schooler Japan,
Oh my god.
black, red, white, skeletons.
Every fucking anime character, yeah.
I'm gonna lose it, dude. I could probably in my head think of like 20 IPs, just like anime, video game, manga that have this.
You're about
like,
to get someone to be like, okay, motherfucker, then list them.
all right, man. We got Dead Man Wonderland. You got
Oh,
like
shit.
Kaneki Ken from Tokyo Ghoul. You got
God.
Code Vein. Now you got Monarch. Honestly, the original SMT games had some spooky, like, you know, trumpeter shit too. Like, what else? I mean, Persona. You know, Persona's a victim of this too.
Listen, I'm gonna have to stop you right there, motherfucker. You're gonna tell me that this dripped out motherfucker looks edgy, dude? This boy right here, homie? Yeah.
Yo, the Bionicle.
Listen, that's my boy, dude. Don't you dare call this guy edgy as fuck, buddy.
But okay, I think imagine if the soundtrack is like insanely banger. My opinion would change drastically if the soundtrack was like insane. Because for me, with RPGs especially, dude, think about all the RPGs that you love playing. I bet that your favorite ones, you can name a song or like imagine a song off the top of your head. Like, because I think with RPGs, just because like the gameplay is slower and you're pacing yourself, you're looking at the characters a lot more. Like you're just taking it all in.
100%.
Like the music and the art,
It's really important.
It's just so important.
so
Like, which is
important.
like, you know, why I'm such a Persona fan. But like, dude, I can think like I can imagine like Fire Emblem, Three Houses. I can imagine like the characters and like the music. Dude, think like Pokemon, dude. All the Pokemon are just so iconic, and like the music too is also like you just know it, right? To the
All of these games, their battle themes or like their overworld themes get stuck in your head.
Yeah, they're definitely like make or break, dude. Like,
yeah, it's super important. Like if if I'm playing an RPG and the fucking I gotta fucking find this shit because this is the worst song I've ever heard in RPG in my life, bro. They made an RPG for Sonic a long time ago. What is this music, dude? That's not a song, bro. Like that's
oh my.
yo, this kind of slaps, dude.
Okay, so funny enough though. Okay, I want to go out on a limb and say.
You think this slaps?
No.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna say something that I think is actually pretty important with like the whole entertainment industry. I think something can be so bad that it's good, for sure.
Oh,
like,
of
you know,
course.
I'm sure you understand that.
Yeah,
but
of
like,
course.
I would rather have this song in my game than something that I'm gonna forget next week. I unironically think that like really, really bad art or music can sometimes be awesome just because it's memorable and it's entertaining, which is what music and art are supposed to be anyways. It's just like the same destination, but maybe not the journey you were expecting. Cause like this shit is bad, but it's pretty funny too.
It is, yeah. I think
like-
that's what makes Monarch for me like. I guess that's where a lot of my fear is coming from. Is I don't want it to be forgettable because I'm gonna be honest. Like even though I've loved turn-based games my whole life, the main RPG I was super into growing up was Final Fantasy. I only got into Dragon Quest like fairly recently. SMT like brought me back into like actually really caring about turn-based games because Final Fantasy gave up on that shit, and I'm okay with that. I actually love what they're doing now. But there was like no way for me to get like a decent turn-based game, and SMT kind of like revived that for me. And I don't know if this game's combat is going to be even like remotely similar. Like just for example, like something that Persona 5 does so well, and not just Persona 5, but like honestly almost all of their SMT games, their UI is like incredible. It's
my god, dude. UI is so important for me.
It's so important for me. Like easily readable.
4's UI is god tier. Persona 4's
It
UI
is.
is
Yeah, it's so good.
good. Oh
I
my
haven't played an
God, dude.
SMT game where the UI is ever like, you know, bad or like uninteresting. Like that's something that can like make or break a game for me, and I don't even know like what that looks like yet.
Actually, fun thing. I actually didn't like Persona 5's UI when I first got into it. In fact, actually, I'm gonna go out and say I actually didn't like Persona 5's music when I first listened to it.
You just gave me a
Wait.
heart attack.
I know. Isn't it crazy? Isn't that insane? But after playing the game for a while and like being around it for so long, I don't know what happened. I just got injected with it, and I just fell in love with it. Now, like,
you might not be alone in that, because I felt the same way about Persona 4 for a bit. When I played Persona 4,
oh yeah,
there's like a solid 6 months of the game where Your Affection is the overworld theme, and I like that song now, like I love it. But dude, when that song came on, I was like, bro, get this shit off my ears. Like, I did not want, it was like I don't know why, but I hated it, dude. I fucking hated it. Like, running around, I was like, dude, can I please mute this fucking game? And then after like, I don't know, 20 hours, I literally went from like wanting to rip my ears off to fucking slapping my fucking head, like, yeah, Your Affection. Like, dude, I don't know what happened, but yeah, I got gaslighted into liking it pretty much.
I had the same experience from Layer Cake in Persona 5.
Wow, that's crazy,
dude. Like,
dude.
In the beginning, I'm like, what is this song, dude? It's like, this sounds I don't even know what's going on with the first like 20 seconds of the song, and then it fucking drops. I'm like, oh shit, this is kind of lit. This is kind of lit. Well, we'll see. I wish the best for this game. You know, hopefully it's fun and cool, and I really hope the soundtrack is insane. That's like actually what I'm hoping for.
I do want to say, I don't know if I already said this, I'm not entirely down on the game. I'm just really 50-50 on it. I have belief in the talent behind it. I just am unimpressed by it visually. And at the end of the day, listen, graphics are not everything.
True! True!
Yeah, true! But yeah, final verdict on Monark. Pinoy and Kuno's official final verdict is...
it exists, and I'm happy about it. Persona's cool, SMT's cool. That means this game, it exists.
Yeah, dude.
It's gonna be...
you know what I think? That's a basic bitch answer. No, dude. You don't sit here, you know, it's good, you know, this is good. No. Honest opinion, Persona, SMT, look the fuck out, dude. You fired these motherfuckers a year ago. They're on a comeback, dude. They're coming back. Monark. New school RPG. Step the fuck back. Monarchs and Persona 5 Strikers? No, get the fuck out. This guy's gonna Monarch your whole goddamn career. Atlas, step out, buddies.
Dude, I might have to change my whole art style at this point, dude. I gotta go, dude. I
gotta go, dude.
Training arc. Dude, the Monarch training arc, dude. I gotta switch it up entirely.
Yeah, dude. Listen, if I don't see a picture of what's the character's name? Oh, his name is just Hero. Okay, well, if I don't see Kaneki coming out of your ass next week, I know you're not a real fan. That's all I'm saying.
True.
Get this shit off my ears! Like, I did not want. It was like I don't know why, but I hated it, dude. I fucking hated it. Like.